We had the first metaverse for a Marathi movie.
You see me in a bar, you see me inside as a hologram inside this kind of a factory.
The director of the movie and the actor of the movie, both of them entered the metaverse with their avatars.
Hey everyone, I want to ask you what a metaverse is and what would be your take on it, so that, and in a very simplified manner.
I'll try to give it a shot. So basically, we're on a 2D Zoom call, and the best way we can explain this 2D Zoom call is you see me in a bar, you see me inside as a hologram inside this kind of a factory. I don't know what it is. I can be in a gaming studio. So this is, me, my 2D avatar in a background, which we all call as, space. And all that metaverse is a collection of virtual worlds, and these virtual worlds are 3D virtual worlds where you could have one like Engage, you could have one like Spatial, you could have one like Alt Space VR, and all of this put together is the combination of the metaverse. So metaverse is nothing but a collection of virtual worlds. Virtual worlds are nothing but digital assets. These digital assets could be unlocked into NFTs with the world of Web3. And of course, these are immersive 3D worlds. So for example, the foreground and the background in this call right now is separated in 2D. In the case of in a spatial world, it would be in 3D, where it would not be me, it would be my avatar. I would actually be able to walk backwards towards that game studio. And that's basically what it is. That's basically the simplest way to put it. It may seem a little clunky when you see it on 2D, when you see it on these screens. But when you put on a headset and you go into these worlds, you can actually walk around. So I'll be walking around in my bedroom, but actually I'll be walking around in that game studio over there. So that's a very interesting experience. And when I'm walking around in the game studio, because I have this headset on my head, I'll be able to see Yash over there. I'll be able to see Aditya Chawla over there. And it's a totally very immersive kind of embodied experience, which kind of makes you feel like you've met the other person and you're hanging out with the other person thanks to things like spatial audio.
Yash, have you been following any trends in terms of technology that currently exists, and then the future need of technology as well for metaverse as a concept to be successful?
So as I told you, we are a company where we had the first metaverse for a Marathi movie. We understood that in this medium, there has to be a lot of fan engagement where fans can actually feel the elements of the movie. So there was a movie called as 𝐔𝐩𝐻𝐿. It is a Marathi movie. It is a part of franchisee where there are 8 movies which are being made. Fort actually played a very important role in the whole plot of the movie. So we thought that it is a very ideal medium where we can do the launch of the trailer rather than just on YouTube and Facebook. We can actually try to do it in a metaverse space. We got the reporters coming there, and the director of the movie and the actor of the movie, both of them entered the metaverse with their avatars. We again asked the reporters to enter the metaverse with their avatars, and that metaverse was the complete fort of Pratapgarh. And we placed the movie elements at the right places, the movie dialogues, movie elements, the first teasers and all these things. So it was a very beautiful half hour of a session where the director himself is his avatar, going to the whole fort, explaining the whole elements, where what scene and historically what happened. So this was a very beautiful element and an engagement platform which we felt was very right for the movie industry. So entertainment, as we know, gamers and entertainment people would be the first citizens of the metaverse, and it is already established, at least in this gaming and now maybe in the entertainment world as well. So we have seen movies like Radhe Shyam in India getting released on metaverse. There's a very famous movie which was KGF. They did very beautiful thing that they created their own metaverse. They had the El Dorado tokens and all. So now we are seeing a lot of traction in the entertainment side, apart from the gaming side, in the metaverse space.
Mani, do you particularly follow any tech or gadget space where you think a technology that someone's not heard of, maybe extended reality or augmented reality?
Yeah, so mixed reality is basically is a good word for augmented reality, except that it's it's HMD, it's a head-mounted display with mixed reality, and because of spatial anchors, what they do is they keep those 3D assets locked into various parts of your room or various parts of where you're mapping it to. So that's basically what mixed reality is, and I feel that the headsets are going to get lighter. It's going to be a switch on, switch off kind of experience. So you will not always want to be immersed. So you will want to put on, if I'm in Connaught Place in New Delhi, I'll want to put on my glasses, see where the offers are. I'll want to see which restaurant is giving me which offer, and then I'll want to take it off because, I may not want this big mega corporation recording everything I'm doing. So it's going to be a switch on, switch off kind of thing. When I'm stuck in traffic, I just put on my glasses. It'll tell me the easiest route where to turn. So, I don't have to go open my phone, search for Google Maps, all of that. So that's really how hybrid it's going to be. All these HMDs are going to get lighter. We're already seeing the Quest Pro, which is going to come out, which is next after the Quest 2, which is a much lighter experience. The HTC Vive Flow.
Yeah.
The Vive Flow is quite light. It almost looks like glasses. The Nreal devices as well as the New Eyes devices almost look like fancy sunglasses. So, the tech is there. The only problem is that the field of view is a little narrow right now. So you're getting a very narrow field of view. So it looks like you're looking out of a box. But tech always improves, bandwidth improves. So, those are things I'm hopeful about. But, as Aditya Chawla, as you pointed out, when you went into this VR experience, the lack of fidelity is not something that turns you off. Because, if I were to explain it from a very layman's point of view, if, we've seen the movie Toy Story by Disney, we've seen the movie Up by Disney. And even though our mind knew that this is a cartoon, this is not real movie, we were emotionally moved at the end of the movie. Similarly, when we are reading Facebook, we are reading comments by our friends, but in our mind, we're hearing it in the voice of our friends. We are not thinking of it as text. You read a comment, you start laughing when you have the phone in your hand because you hear it like a dialogue in your mind. So the mind makes it real. So, in order for these, to allude to what you're saying, in order for us to think of these as convincing experiences, we're almost there. Spatial is better than Decentraland and Sandbox, but Decentraland and Sandbox focused on decentralization more than on experiences. Spatial focuses more on experiences, but it's completely centralized. HMD-driven sites like Engage and Altspace VR are extremely glued. When you try Altspace VR, they make you get used to it by playing basketball. And you're supposed to do 30 baskets, and I landed up doing like 200 baskets because it was such a glued, experience. You just land up playing basketball just to learn how to use the controller, how to use the headset. So, the mind really is thinking that it's real, even though, the fidelity is not what life is, but, we are able to correlate that to an alternate reality.
Yes, I think I definitely get your point there, that it's all about the brain interpreting it and actually making it real for you, and you just feel like maybe you are adapting to a new gravity of sorts, while playing basketball. And there are certain experiences which now have. So there, I was going through some metaverses as part of the research, right? And I saw that some metaverses were able to achieve that glass and metal finish with sunlight going through the glass panels and reflection and all of that, which I thought would be very difficult to do on a browser, right? But it wasn't so, and that was another thing that was shocking. But I'm waiting for the full-blown metaverse of theirs to be launched. It was just a POC at this point. But I see that over the past couple of years, and that is since when I've been exploring this space, the growth has been tremendous. Like Decentraland Sandbox started 5-6 years ago, and they had a different vision then. Like both these companies are visionary, but then there is also this thing called the late movers advantage, right? In terms of technology, that with a better defined use case, maybe, and learning from others, you do get a head start in a way. I'm personally quite excited to see where this technology goes, right?